Look.
Listen.
It's the Look, Listen Cast. Welcome one and all. It's the podcast about the Pokemon Horizons anime. And can you believe it? We're going to discuss Pokemon Horizons.
Wow.
Peep, I am thrilled about this fact because it feels like we're never covering Pokemon Horizons, but I think actually they're getting back into the swing of things.
Thank goodness.
I think they're going to be releasing a new Horizons weekly for the foreseeable future.
I will say, though, I'm glad that the gamers are getting breaks. They deserve the breaks.
I guess. Well, I don't know how Taylor feels about it. He's once again not here.
When will he ever be back?
2 weeks from now.
I miss him.
2 weeks from now, you'll get a Taylor episode. Near certain. If you don't, forget I said anything. Geese Peep, before we trudge on through our opening segments of the podcast, some people want to know the title of this week's episode that we're going to cover today in the podcast. The episode today is episode 145. Can you please tell us, in English, the title of today's episode, please?
Astonishing. Mega Rayquaza in the Land of Mystery.
Wow. Or in Japanese, Kyogaku Megaレクウザと神秘の地? Geese Peep, I'm going to spoil. Okay, look. Some of the gamers are just going to go ahead and skip to the timestamp, listen to what we have to say about the episode. I'm going to do real quick spoilers. This episode is, and I know I say this a lot lately, this episode's going to be one of the most difficult ones for me to score because they had me in the first half, I'm not going to lie, and then by the end, I think it petered out. So, what am I going to give it? I don't know. We'll talk it through, aren't we?
Boy, sure was this a filler episode.
That's accuracy. That's a big accuracy. Geese Peep, before we talk any more on Horizons, the Pokemon anime, let's move on to our first segment of the week. That's right, it's Geese of the Week. What you been peeping? Geese Peep, why don't you talk to me a little bit about Ted Lasso Season 4? May I remind all listeners, after the giant finale that really closed all doors and said this series is over 100%.
Boy, did we need to reopen that door?
No.
Yeah, it's the first episode was especially rough.
Not a fan of the new season.
I will say though, as someone who has a sister who is a head coach for women's sport and whose mother also runs a women's sport club, like it is really interesting about the dynamic of women's versus men's sports.
Yeah, I wish it was good though.
Yeah, that would have been made it better, but
I have so many issues with this. The weird green screen grocery store, oh boy. Okay. And I got upset about it actually days later, and I'm just thinking, I guess they did just offer these people so many millions of dollars. And I'm asking myself, if somebody paid me millions of dollars, would I do an unnecessary season of a show? And I say to myself, I guess probably, yeah. Oh, man, my biggest problem, in somewhere in between the script writing and the directing, there are people that do not know what they're doing, especially with the character of Leslie. Leslie Higgins is his name, Geese Peep?
Yeah, the assistant director or whatever.
Oh my God. There are so many moments in the first episode that do not land with him. They're trying jokes that do not work. I can't believe nobody anywhere on the production of this said, oh, let's try something else. This isn't working. Nothing's funny. It's just failed bits. It reminds me of watching a high school play. And they're just doing something that they were told to do, even though it's not working. Like the eating ribs while talking, dumb. I think later he does a weird hand gesture thing, just doesn't work. It's supposed to be funny.
It makes me wonder if they tried other things and those were even worse. So they had to use that.
This is just the best one. Yeah, because I love that character. He's so good, and they are wasting him.
And he's great as in Downton Abbey as Butler
Hamburgers.
Name.
Spoilers. I didn't know he was in Downtown Abbey as Butler Hamburgers.
Every single English actor is in Downton Abbey.
That's so true. That's so true.
And/or Game of Thrones.
Andor. He's an Andor. Yeah, I don't recommend Ted Lasso season 4. It's not good. Sorry. Oh my God. And with the new character, that entire scene where where they introduced the character and they're like, actually, can I sit in this chair? It didn't play well at all. They're trying to say like, look, she's not neurotypical or something. And it's horrible. It's so bad.
I don't know. I think.
Oh, I know.
Oh, okay.
It's bad.
Okay. I think it'll probably get better. I probably will continue watching it just because, like I said, it is interesting to see like a mainstream show kind of address the disparity between women's and men's sports. I don't know.
What we got to hope for is both better writers and better directors. And then we're in business. Yes. Yes. Just like the NPC.
What?
That's the famous yes.
I don't know. Who's this man?
It's a woman. She's
what?
French.
From
anyway, what? From you remember TikTok NPCs?
TikTok. Okay, I assumed you meant a video game.
Oh, no. Of course not. Video game. I don't play video. What am I, a nerd, Geese Peep? Yeah, it's sad to see. Well, actually, it's not sad to see. I didn't even want a season 4. Make a new show. Get over yourself.
Yeah, guys.
Guys, please. Geese Peep, should we discuss a little bit of what's it called? Widow's Bay, also on Apple TV since I bought a month?
Yeah.
I also didn't like this one either.
Wow. That's quite disappointing because I like the first episode. I was recommended this show by multiple people, multiple friends, multiple family members, and it hurts me that Michael hates enjoyment.
I love enjoyment. There's a lot of things I love. And the people who made this show.
Okay, to be fair, you only watched one episode.
We've watched 2 episodes.
We watched one episode.
We've watched 2 entire episodes.
We watched one episode.
We watched 2 entire episodes, which is weird that Geese Peep keeps lying.
No, we watched one episode. Do you want to look at the history? Because we watched one episode.
We watched 1 full episode, and then we watched the next one.
No, we watched 2 episodes of Ted Lasso, and we watched 1 episode of Widow's Bay.
That doesn't check out. But,
Michael?
But the people who made the show certainly do love Twin Peaks. So that's a good show.
I actually think that you'll eat your words and you'll like the show.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
The script needs to be better.
Well,
main character man's doing his darndest, but the lines they gave him to tell his son at that table were the most generic. I about lost my mind.
I saw you lose your mind.
The words, you're just like you get this rebellious spirit from your mother. Oh, come on, gamers, please.
I think it'll get better. I think, I don't know. Well, it's fine. I'll watch it without you.
Okay, well, hold on. It's like it's trying to be like kind of spooky paranormal X-Files a little bit, but I mean, good cast. You got Stephen Root. Everybody loves him, but they're doing this weird thing where it is set in present day, but also the vibes are it could be the 80s or something.
Well, they live on an island, like an old fisher island kind of gamer.
Premise of this show, it's on a little secluded island resort, and there's some spooky happenings.
It's not a resort; it's just a town.
Well, maybe they want it to be a resort.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. The mayor wants it to be a destination. But the island itself does not want that.
Yeah, it's cursed. Do you like Lost? Watch Lost. Geese Peep, are there other things to discuss this week on Geese of the Week? Oh, would you been Peep?
No.
Okay.
What else?
What else? What could say?
Who could say?
Who can say?
I'm still playing Big Walk. It's still fun.
She's still watching Vanessa groom dogs on the internet.
The girl with the dogs.
The girl with the dogs. Yeah, she loves the happy hoodie.
Watching her groom dogs and cats and fun.
For those who don't know, you put a happy hoodie on a dog so it doesn't get spooked by a hairdryer.
It's just basically a giant headband to put over the dog's ears so they don't get overwhelmed by the sound of the hairdryer.
Yeah, but classic. Wonderful. Very exciting stuff. All right, Geese Peep. I guess that means we got to move on to Poké-news. In devastating Poké-news of the week this week, the emails have gone out for all the attendants of Pokemon Worlds 2026 and Pokemon Worlds XP, and every single person on the internet has replied saying, "Oh, sick, I didn't get accepted for anything."
Including us.
That's okay. I'll find you Joe Therapy. Don't you worry.
Oh my God. That's a threat.
No, he said say hello.
Well,
he's going to be walking around.
I wanted to do the animation thing with the gamers. The art, what is it called?
Well, you and everybody else, I don't see anybody who got selected for that one. I saw one big giant content creator got selected for one thing that he didn't even know who it was. So that's sick. And everybody else got accepted to nothing.
Honestly, this whole system and like registration and signing up for stuff, really janky. Like it's been really, really janky.
You know what's interesting? I mean, there's a ton of stuff to do at XP. You don't need to get selected for anything. But I saw a lot of people on the internet just say, okay, well, I'm canceling my hotels and flights since there's nothing I can do. Those people are being a little dramatic because there's actually a lot you can do. You know, you want to go to the exclusive Pokemon Center? Crazy. But we'll still have a good time. But why? You limit the tickets this much just to limit everything else. Why you limit so much? You like gotta win a jackpot lottery to do it.
It's
so
silly.
Okay, whatever. We'll get over it. In the final piece of Pokemon news, light Pokemon news of the week. In the final piece of Pokemon news, the Pokemon Go Dancing in the Moonlight event has been announced. It runs from September 23rd through September 27th in Japan, Korea, Taiwan, Indonesia, Singapore, Hong Kong, and Malaysia.
How
appropriate,
relevant.
Geese Peep, on account of today's episode we're covering.
Yes.
Because of spoilers. Big spoilers, this episode, it's got some Clefairies, and they're dancing in the moonlight. It is now time to discuss an episode of Pokemon. One more time, Geese Peep, can you tell us the name of today's episode in English?
Astonishing. Mega Rayquaza in the Land of Mystery?
Kyogaku Mega Leck Uza to神秘の地? Geese Peep, I'm telling you right now, it is hot as can be out here.
How about I say what happened last time on Pokes?
Geese Peep, can I get a last time on Pokes, please? In English?
Navi and Ult go on a chores run. Navi ends up having her first Poke battle with Senpai Ult guiding her.
And Geese Peep, can I get a one-sentence synopsis for this week's episode?
The kids go on a trip with Wyatt, Mega Rayquaza, and friends.
Wow. Geese Peep, it is hot as all get out. It is the dead of summer. We got everybody out here dying. We got feet in little ice baths. The air conditioning's broken. We got cicadas going wild, although it's Pokemon World, so I guess they're nincadas, probably. That would check out. That's all to check out.
Honestly, big mood because it's been hot here too.
I know. I can relate. Like I said last week, these gamers are experiencing, or 2 weeks ago, these gamers are experiencing what I'm experiencing. Big fan. Need big fan. Geese Peep, did you see poor Lycanroc? He's just panting, his tongue all the way out.
He has a big, thick coat.
I know.
And he would benefit from Girl with the Dog's haircut.
Yeah.
Do you think he would like the happy hoodie?
Yes, he'd love it. But he is a Alolan, so maybe he likes this sun.
Well,
I feel bad for Snorunt because that is an ice-type Pokemon. Get him out of the sun, put him in the freezer.
Yeah, put him in the freezer. Even
Sinistea and Poltegeist, they're just boiling over. And Geese Peep, did you see Ditto just a slurping?
Ditto looks like he's legit melting.
Yeah, he's just... What if Ditto turned into Ice Cube?
Wait, if a Ditto transforms, does he also transform like his state?
Well, yeah, because he's got to be able to use Ice-type moves when he transforms into an Ice-type Pokemon.
Oh.
It's got to be. Oh my God, Geese Peep, out of nowhere, as everybody's here dying, can't even open their eyes, who shows up?
Journalist Wyatt?
You mean Molly's ex-boyfriend?
I don't know if it's clear that they dated. I think
they did, and he used to be a rising Volt tackler.
My question is, how did he find them?
He's probably got a tracker on them, right? He's a journalist. He can figure out anything. Time for a theme song. We're back from the theme song, and Geese Peep, it is true. This next scene makes sense. Navi, she's not familiar with this man's work.
That's the thing. This show has to keep introducing new characters so it has an excuse to give the audience exposition to explain what's going on.
That makes sense. But I think Navi, if she learned how to read in first grade, she should at least read the article about the Rising Volt Tacklers. You remember when he wrote that article about, the sick kids who are good at saving the world.
Navi, do your homework.
Navi, So then, as usual, as per the usual, Geese Peep, Ult gives Navi the business for being excited about meeting a real-life journalist. And they bicker back and forth like always. And then Molly and Wyatt also give each other the business. There's a lot of business being given this early in the episode.
Yeah.
Thank you for business.
Thank you for business. Molly is like, don't listen to anything he's saying. He's a crook. He's lying.
Crook. He's a low-down, cheating crook.
Basically.
I don't think she called him a criminal. But, okay, gamers, enough fooling around. Wyatt has a fresh lead. Listen up, gamers. Here's what
Here's the story.
Here's what I've uncovered.
About a mega Rayquaza in the Delta area.
Yes. It's south of here, and it's got some green triangle rocks, and we're going to meet a mega Rayquaza, probably. And maybe there's an entrance to another world, you would imagine.
Maybe there's danger, dancing Pokemon, rocks falling.
Fire, storms, you name it.
Oh my.
The kids are terrified. Big fan of the good faces. When they hear this spooky tale.
Good faces, yes.
They scream.
Despite that, Dot, she's a curious girly like me, and she wants to go.
What I found very funny, because the kids, they're spooked. The kids are spooked. They're also excited to see a Mega Rayquaza. The reason that Wyatt is here is because he's under the impression that because Roy is friends with Shiny Rayquaza, that's just going to carry right on over to regular green Rayquaza. And Roy can just be like, hey, I know your Shiny relative. It's me, Roy. I'm sure he's mentioned me.
Honestly, I don't think that's so far-fetched in terms of logic.
Insane. But like Geese Peep said, Dot is pumped to go. Navi's excited too. Honestly, let's leave right now.
Molly's like, whatever, have fun.
Yeah, Molly says, just don't. We depart at sunset. Now, Geese Peep and I were discussing this. This quote-unquote sunset's not making a lot of sense because it's definitely the dead of night. Ult immediately very interested in catching Mega Rayquaza, and he says to Navi, you can't go because we're leaving way past your bedtime. And my favorite cut in the episode, to which this will get a point or two, hard cut to Navi just snoozing in bed with her sleeping Ditto Rock.
It was a good cut. It was good.
Stuff.
Good stuff.
Navi haters must be thrilled.
I was thrilled.
As we cut to the rest of the kids, they're spelunking hats with lights on, ready to go. But Geese Peep, everybody's so sleepy. They're yawning. They should have taken a nap. Wyatt then says to the kids, ooh, look in the stars. I see some good omens. Look, we got a Mega Rayquaza constellation. Look, just that connected to that. Now, Geese Peep, this is just me speaking. This is Michael speaking. I'm not so sure about this Mega Rayquaza constellation. I don't think it's real.
Yeah, he does admit to making it up.
Well, all right. Let's go past Field and Fountain, Moor and Mountain, and eventually we'll run into a Volbeat and a Lumise. We love flashing lightning bugs in this household, Geese Peep.
Yes.
When they flash their little butt light.
They're saying, hello.
Hello. And we see a Motham trying to eat some of a male Combee's honey. Uh-oh. And Ult sees a Honchkrow with a bunch of Murkrow following it.
Fun.
Now, I will say, Wyatt's actually getting some pretty good photographs for the inevitable story he will publish. Will he publish any of the good photographs? Who's to say?
Who's to say?
All right, we make it to the Delta, the area Delta, but Geese Peep, the kids are a little underwhelmed. It's like a couple rocks and a couple twigs. What are we doing here? Okay, Geese Peep. Then Wyatt pulls out what looks to be an old beaten-up cash register that's supposed to lure out Mega Rayquaza. He bought it on eBay.
Honestly, I get it. As someone who's bought many dubious things on eBay, it's enticing.
Well, he presses the button, but I don't see anything happening. One thing that does happen, I don't know if it's because he pressed the button, but we do get some sick music. And when the music comes in, Wyatt declares, all right, kids, we're about to get isekai'd. Prepare to go to a new world. Commercial break. We're back from that commercial break, and Cap notices some Clefairy dancing for the full moon. Oh, Geese Peep, it's the fabled cursed dance, says Wyatt.
Oh, as he predicted.
What I found fun and cute was that the Clefairy are singing to the music, which is fun. They're saying their little name. Kids excited to see this. Why wouldn't you be? It's a rare occurrence to watch some Clefairy do their little dance in the moon.
Quackable joins in on the dancing, and then the rest of the Pokes join in on the dancing. It's cute.
And then it's time for the Clefairy to float in the air. Geese Peep! The Indiana Jones falling rocks to kill them.
Oh no!
That Wyatt warned them all about. The Skeledirge disarming voice those rocks. Power Gem, Sableye. Geese Peep! The fabled tornado out of nowhere.
And fire tornado.
Meowscarada. Magical Leaf the tornado. Trees on fire, Geese Peep. Quackable. Aqua Cutter it. Poor Quackable. Everybody else just does a move and saves the day. Quackable trying to put the tree out, but it doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
Everybody run to the cave for safety. Okay. Dot, at this point, as she is explaining that everything in the prophecy is coming true, her eyes start to glow purple. Now, my first thought was, is she being subjugated, possessed by Petrant? But no, I don't think that's what's happening, Geese Peep. Oh my God. Wyatt's broken cash register is floating out of his bag and glowing, Geese Peep?
Whoa.
Was it not a broken cash register after all? Was it a meteorite to make Rayquaza turn mega? Geese Peep, the cave then collapses and we see Mega Rayquaza. Now, my first question to anyone is chat, ellipses, is this real? I'm thinking no, Geese Peep, but let's keep watching the episode, okay? The kids are now floating in the ether and they all have glowing eyes. We see a Magikarp, a Staryu, a Tentacle float by, also some Tadbulb and LGM.
They're taking it pretty well considering the personalities of these kids.
Well, right. That's the thing. I don't think they're in their right mind. I think someone has drugged these children.
Yeah, Liko, who's normally very anxious, is like, giggling about everything.
We see Wyatt just floating in circles, photographing a horsey, and Geese Peep, look, a Psyduck is here too. Hello, Cedra. How are you doing? I don't think this is real. I'm asking myself, is this hallucination? Is this VR? What's going on? And then Geese Peep, as he's wont to do, Mega Rayquaza prepares a Dragon Ascent attack, and much like Geese Peep said, Liko is just laughing at the prospect of death.
She's like, hee, that's dangerous.
And then Rayquaza eats Sableye.
But that's actually good because he saw the truth.
Okay. Well, he vombos Sableye up. And yes, Ult does ask Sableye, did you gaze upon the truth? According to Geese Peep, he did.
And then Ult turns anime eye glamour style.
Yeah, like the 90s kind of art style. Also, Skeledirge and Meowscarada float down Rayquaza's throat. And at this point, I'm saying to myself, okay, I'm getting sick of this scene. Time to end the hallucination. I'm over it. Everyone is just dancing and doing the exaggerated anime eyes. And then Mega Rayquaza, Geese Peep, gets knocked out by an accidental power gem. Okay? So Ult then says, perfect, I'll catch Mega Rayquaza.
Finally, he gets to catch it.
Well, unfortunately, they all wake up from their shared dream at this point. And I say, did the Clefairies do this? The answer, Geese Peep? Yes. They were using the move Metronome, which just does random attacks. So that's what was causing all the twisters and the fires and the rocks and everything. And they also used Confuse Ray or something to put them all in this shared hallucination. Okay.
And it turns out what they thought was Mega Rayquaza was just a shiny Ekans.
Wow.
I was hopeful that all would end up actually catching this. And I was like, oh, thank goodness someone else gets a shiny on this team.
Yeah, he should have caught the shiny Ekans.
I know, he should have. Honestly, that makes sense for him to have that Pokemon.
So weird. Well, Even though it was not real, Wyatt still loves Area Delta, and he's going to write a banging story about this place. Okay, let's cut to some point later. I don't know when, but the kids are back on board the Brave Olivine. They're looking at their Rotom tablet for the latest O-Culture magazine. Navi, by the way, Geese Peep, is still upset Ult didn't wake her up to go on the adventure, by the way, which is unsurprising. Why wouldn't she still hold a grudge over that? She wanted to go.
I would be upset too.
And as we read the article, we see that all the pictures taken are absolutely terrible. Mm-hmm. But Wyatt, wow, this is maybe Molly's right after all, because Wyatt says that the reason the pictures are terrible is because of other world interference preventing capturing images of the other world.
And actually, because they're blurry, because of the interference, that means it's actually true. It's more credible.
And when we discover that, Molly walks in and says, I told you guys to never listen to that man. He's a lying idiot. Funny scene. I like that Molly got to say that. Oh my God, Geese Peep. Wait, what is this flying by the window? Captain Pikachu's so suspicious of something he catches a glimpse in the corner of his eye. And we got the spooky music playing.
Well, Liko says, what was it again? It means Wyatt's telling the truth when his why not.
Yeah, when he says
confident.
Yeah, why yes.
And then all the kids ponder how why not reacted to if that was Mega Rayquaza or not, and that's when we see the Mega Rayquaza outside.
Yeah, Mega Rayquaza is outside, and I say, what? Okay. To be continued. That's the end of the episode. Geese Peep, before we discuss how we felt about it, before I give this a score, can you please tell me all about the Mega Starmie Frito seminar with Rayquaza this week?
Apparently, eating something is important for Mega Rayquaza to Mega Evolve. But what is it? Is it A, a berry, B, a meteorite, or C, coal?
B, meteorite. Final answer.
Correct. By eating a meteorite and storing the energy in its body, it grants the ability to Mega Evolve. And then we get an animation of Liko, Dot, and Roy looking up at the night sky. And they say, oh, shooting stars. But wait, is that? And then it's a Mega Rayquaza.
He's chasing after a meteorite, and there's a bunch of meteor floating around. Also, maybe Geese Peep blocked it from her memory because she didn't want to be hurt again. But Meowscarada is holding Liko in a way that would traditionally make Geese Peep uncomfortable.
Yeah, I did block that out.
Well, next week on Pokes, we're going to get an Insomnia episode, and we're going to Pokemon Sleepland. Now, I don't know if next week's going to be good or not, but I will tell you one thing. Geese Peep and I played quite a bit of Pokemon Sleep for many months. So It's going to be a novelty just seeing little things from the game, and I'll have fun, and it's going to get points just for that. Because I didn't like the Pokemon Unite episode, but I also didn't like Pokemon Unite. For the time I did play Pokemon Sleep, I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It was fun. So I'll probably like it. Right?
Right, guys?
Right? This episode.
Woof.
Okay, Geese Peep going woof. So that's like what, the 6s or below? I believe on our scale, a woof is in the 6s or below, maybe 5, 4. Like I said at the top, I had high hopes for this episode in the beginning. I was having fun with Wyatt, thought this was sick, thought this was going to be fun. But the entire hallucination thing did nothing for me. Let me take a sip of water and let me talk you through this. I've said this before. I'll say it again. And people defend this kind of thing all the time and say, no, it's metaphorical, it's good. When a television show, and I'll use The Sopranos as an example. When a television show has a long, drawn-out dream sequence, I immediately hate it. And I'll tell you why. You can claim that a dream sequence with extra meaning and it's things you can only do in a dream that actually mean something deeper and it's actually good entertainment and good writing. You can say that all the livelong day. I'm going to tell you right now, just try this for yourself. Writing a dream sequence is one of the laziest, easiest things in the world to do. Your brain, if you just sit there will come up with a bunch of random things you can just write down. It takes no thought. It takes nothing. And then you can just spruce it up a little bit to add whatever little meaning you want to give. It's terrible. I hate it. Dream sequences are always bad.
Wow, hot take.
I actually think a lot of people aren't into dream sequences, but bad, terrible. It's not too often. I mean, I guess Geese Peep and Taylor feel this way all the time with battles where they're just going, oh, get it over with. In this dream sequence, I just said, okay, I'm just ready for the reveal of what this really is. Okay. So, what score are you giving? Or how did you feel about this episode? Then you can give a score.
Boy, it was surely filler, but I will say, at least it was entertaining. I preferred the dream sequence than a stupid battle, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, you could argue it was fun watching Ult do his little 90s anime glamour face.
Yeah, that was fun. I was entertained, but it wasn't good.
Yeah. What score are you going to give it, Geese Peep?
What did I give last episode?
8.7.
Wow, it's higher than I remember.
It was a good episode last week.
I'll give it a 7.
Oh, that's higher than
I don't know. Yeah, a 7's fine.
I'm very impressed that you gave it both a woof and a 7, because in my mind, a woof is definitely in the 6s. Okay. How do I feel about this episode? Let me add together. Let me calculate. I got to crunch the numbers. Let me cook. It's not terrible.
I will say it kind of reminds me of more of the original series because it was more of a one-off, you know? Like how the original series was.
Yeah, I think we had a lot of episodes like this early on. We're just goofball.
No, I mean like the original, like 1997.
Oh,
it had that kind of energy for me.
Maybe. Score wise, if I liked the first half, but then hated the dream sequence, but Molly was funny.
Yeah,
and it was funny. The cut was good. Okay, the cut to sleeping Navi, Molly, and I guess it is funny the fact that Wyatt took pictures, a blurry photograph, and made up a story that it's otherworldly interference. That is funny. I guess I'll be with Geese Peep in the 7s.
Here's why I also think it deserves to be higher than you think. I think we should reward them for having fun.
Okay, 7.0.
Because at least it was fun.
Okay.
And they're trying something. And it's goofy. It felt fun.
7.0 could have been better. I suppose it could have been worse. 7.0. 7.0 is from both of us.
I'm also not necessarily against filler. I prefer filler where we get some character development or some more world building, but I still enjoyed this.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, I don't know if I necessarily recommend watching this episode. Maybe next week will be better. Actually, next week you're not getting Horizons. Next week you're getting a little treat, a little surprise. Don't get too excited for it, but maybe get excited for it.
It's a treat for us.
It's a treat for true gamers. Am I right?
True gamers. We're taking some notes from the creators of this show, maybe.
Long-time listeners, maybe a treat.
Maybe a treat.
Maybe
a trick.
But then, in 2 weeks from now, probably more Horizons. Okay, Geese Peep. How's about we move it on down to the wrap-up?
Thank you, everyone, for listening. You can find us at Lick Listen Cast on Spotify.
Lick Listen Cast.
You can find us at Look Listen Cast on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and YouTube. Please like and comment so more people can find us. Also, thank you to Keith for our artwork. You can find him at twitch.tv/keithsquared.
Shouts out Professor Ticklebits for the website and the boilerplate. Please recommend this podcast to your friends that like Pokemon and anybody. I mean, here's the thing. It's been a while since I brought this up, but we do talk about more than just Pokemon.
Yes.
So if you got grandma or aunt, whoever, they want to just hear us talk about Widow's Bay and Ted Lasso season 4, they can just listen to the first half and then turn it off. Hand the podcast over to the Pokemon fan. You know, they throw it back and forth like a hot potato.
Yeah.
Also, you can write in looklistencast@gmail.com, send question, or leave a little comment. Okay, Geese Peep, why don't you go ahead and say goodbye? I'll be honest, this episode's running a little short. So you can say goodbye about 333 times. Should be enough to get us to a reasonable length.
Goodbye.
Okay?
Goodbye.
Okay, that's almost enough.
Goodbye.
One.
Bye-bye.
That's three.
Bye.
Howdy, y'all. It's me, Peep. Thank you for listening to the Peep Productions podcast.
Peep Enterprises, doing business as Peep Industries, together with its subsidiaries, is a diversified worldwide entertainment company with operations in media networks, talent management, parks and resorts, multimedia entertainment, and consumer products and interactive media. Peep Enterprises is a Dow 30 company.